Today is day 9 on our Camino de Santiago Portuguese style. The last you left us, we had just crossed the border to Spain via a tiny tinder boat, feeling much better after a bout of food poisoning that we had just gotten over and having a short rest day at the most luxurious hotel. At this point, we're more than halfway done with our Camino. It also happens to be the point in our Camino where we start to face the final boss of it, ourselves and our boredom.
We just left our super mega fancy hotel. I honestly thought that I was gonna feel more energetic and rejuvenated. Instead, I feel like going back and just sleeping more. Today might be one of our longer walking days. We'll see how things go, but we're gonna try to make it all the way to Vigo today, which is about 26 kilometers.
We did all the usual things. Ate some bread, walked 20 or so miles, saw some incredible views, found the only cafe open at the always weird time that we get there.
We found a spot.
Had some delicious food and drinks with a great view and then just kept walking. We honestly didn't talk to the camera much that day. We just walked.
Hi. I'm bored. I know. It's illegal to say that. It's beautiful, it really is, but I just want to sit here for 3 hours instead of walking for 3 more hours.
It got us wondering, why are we doing something that we find boring? What is it about the Camino that keeps us and so many others coming back and walking day after day, sometimes for even weeks on end?
Like, why in the age of instant gratification? You know, a world where a 60-second TikTok video is considered way too long. An age where phone calls are basically illegal because they force the person on the other end to stop multitasking for a few minutes. Why right now is this 200, 300, maybe 500 mile, mostly solitary walk across Spain to see a gigantic church the hottest new trend? Just look at these stats. 414,000 people walked this thing in 2022. Now compare that against, say, 1986, only 2,400. In 1996, 23,000. In 2006, 100,000. And in 2016, 277,000 pilgrims. And even more are supposed to walk it this year. It doesn't really make any sense.
Well, officially the latest we've ever walked. It's almost 6:30 p.m. and my ankles feel like they're gonna break. It's pretty dope.
It's the polar opposite of basically everything that's popular today. It's slow, uncomfortable, disconnected, and it takes a really long time to complete.
So close.
The more we thought about it though, maybe that's exactly why it's so popular today. It's everything that our normal lives aren't, and it feels like we've been recently searching for something different, something analog, something real.
1 mile to go. We are in Vigo. It is very, very loud, very busy. I didn't realize how big of a city it is.
We have a bit of a theory about this, and I think we can break it down into 3 reasons. 3 things that I think most of us are missing in our lives that the Camino uniquely provides.
Camino provides. That's all I gotta say. What do you think?
I'm not ready for chicken yet.
By the end of day 9, we had walked a whopping 30K, including a special bonus 300 steps on the way up to Vigo.
Last little bit.
But our day-to-day worries had been cut down to just 3 things: walking, eating, and sleeping.
Una reserva para una noche, ¿verdad? To search for box number 5.
Okay. That was so fascinating. I've never checked in like that before.
Oh, my feet.
What? Should we take the elevator or just walk?
Elevator.
I might have a blister.
We booked a double bedroom. They gave us 2 twins. That will not stand.
We have completed a double room.
On any given day, I'm generally worrying about so many things that it's just exhausting. Have I talked to my friends recently enough? When's the last time I called my parents? How long can we keep this YouTube thing going before we go totally broke? Did I update my health insurance? Did I pay that bill from last month? I didn't eat healthy yesterday. Is World War III happening right now? We just don't know it. I would suspect that most of your lives have a similar amount of worries, and probably more. And that, if you're watching this, you just might be thinking it's time for a break. On the Camino, you're just doing the most straightforward thing possible every day, and you have all the time in the world to really think without all that outside noise. I think that's why so many people come to the Camino with a specific problem in mind, something that they've been ignoring for way, way too long in hopes of finding an answer through walking. I mean, I'm totally projecting right now, right? But you get the idea.
Well, that's it, folks. We made it, and that's all that matters.
On day 10, we had a rest and work day and realized just how much easier it had become to focus.
We definitely could have made the journey to Redondela today. It would have been a shorter like 16-kilometer walk maybe. But we were so tired after yesterday. Getting caught up with some work to hopefully get those videos to you soon, and laundry and, you know, admin day and churro day.
In my normal life, I'm part of no less than 93 different ongoing conversations across 45 different apps. I'm being interrupted all the time by everything, and there's a good chance that you are too. The Camino gave us a chance to really, truly focus for the first time in forever by disconnecting from our normal, overly digital existence. We're on airplane mode almost all the time out here, and I gotta say, a few days without that looming over our heads feels great. I feel like I have my brain back for the first time in a long time. And for a person with ADHD, that's basically a miracle.
On day 11, we were ready to get out the door for a pretty big day.
Today's a super important marker for the Camino. This is the last 100 kilometers that we have until we reach Santiago. And this is the bare minimum amount that you have to walk to make it an official pilgrimage. Which means you gotta start getting 2 stamps per day, stamping at every single place that you go.
Which means we're stopping way more.
Yeah. And it means that we've only got like 4 or 5 days left, you know? Like we're almost at the finish line of this thing. We can see it, we can feel it. Today should be a nice, easy 10-ish mile walk on the coastal route. And then after today, we're on the central route for the entirety of the rest of the trip. And every other route actually comes back to the central route after today in Redondela.
Well, that was our first marker of the day, and it told us we are less than 100 kilometers away from Santiago, which is wild to think about. But it's also weird. It feels less momentous. I think maybe because we're out in the middle of nowhere, around no other pilgrims. I'm hoping once we get to Redondela, it feels a little bit more, I don't know, like that parade feeling.
After spending most of this journey in solitude and, well, with each other.
Redondela,
Ronald McDonald Dilla.
No.
We were hoping that making our way back to the central route would mean meeting other peregrinos and finding that connection to the Camino that we had been missing.
The problem with these shots is they look super cool the whole time, but you always gotta go back and get the camera, you know? Just...
Don't get me wrong, we enjoy each other's company, but sometimes you need another perspective to realize just how weird you've become. Along today's walk, we met some other pilgrims and realized just how little real connections we had, and how grateful we are to have other people to talk to in real life.
There's other people.
Sure, we have our friends that we see semi-frequently as we can with our lifestyle, but that's getting less and less as time goes on. So getting a chance to experience connection like that for 30 or 40 days straight puts you in such a different mind state from the usual life that we all live. It gives you time to think about your life, sure, but it also makes you more receptive to meeting new awesome people, hear different perspectives, and to have all that wrapped up into a really cool quest that all of you are on together. For us, that real connection was the big missing piece that we needed a lot more of in our lives.
Buen Camino! That's just the coolest thing. So these guys are apparently from Dis Camino, which takes people with disabilities on the Camino, and they just bike them the entire way. I love this community. It's so great.
Josh said and has been craving pasta for a really long time now, and we passed by this menu along the way, And then as we were walking into town, Josh was like, I'm craving an Irish beer. The Camino provides.
Oh, that was good. That feels so good. 250,000 people. That's how many are expected to walk the Camino this year. And that number has increased by about 10% year over year. I mean, COVID notwithstanding. Basically since the early 2000s. And that got us wondering for our wine and recline tonight, what is it about right now that is just making the Camino so much more popular than it was before? They keep track of how many Compostelas are issued every single year, and they've done this since 1986. Maybe even before that, but that's the earliest that I could find the data from.
Can I open this now?
Oh yeah. Instead of wine and recline, we're doing Haribo and recline tonight. Sorry for the crinkles for those of you out there like me, that noise is death to you. Haribo. After a walk, name a more iconic duo.
Lisa and Josh, Donnie and Marie, PB&J.
It's pretty iconic. So, what is it about this like modern age that we're in, like the time that we're in?
Overpopulation. It's historical, it's cultural, it's rooted in so much of Spain's history. I don't know, there's just something about the Camino that brings all kinds of people.
There's the religious aspects of it that are obviously super important, and those will never go anywhere, right? Like those are very important, those are
Core to what the Camino
core
is.
to what the Camino is. But I think for me, and I think for a lot of people who are going on the Camino this day, they're searching more for the ability to connect with other people on the Camino in a very analog way every single day.
Speaking of analog, somebody's phone
Unbelievable timing.
was.
So back to the original question, why is the Camino suddenly so popular? Because I think we all need it.
That's it for today. See you tomorrow.